they did not like the flip-flopping.
Okay, so they like it better when we're both on the screen.
Yeah, they much prefer when we're both on the screen the whole time.
And that's what I intended to do. It was just more of a learning curve, and I'm like, shit, we already started. Let's just keep going.
I explained to them that you're kind of handicapped in the IT department, so takes them a few times to figure it out.
So yeah, you get the intro.
Welcome to another episode of Two-Pit Talk. Today we are
talking about there.
See, this is why one episode I'm like, take whatever. I don't even know what we're on now. Does that?
Well, you're like, welcome to another episode of. What the fuck is this called?
I'm gonna say you're right, but there was a little hesitation. I was like, "What did we call it?"
My bad.
All right, never gonna work now. See what you did? I had it all set, ready to go, and you just off the rails.
My plan works.
Welcome to another episode of Two-Pit Talk.
Well, apparently, we're starting over.
You had to do that. Take 54.
I thought we were just going to keep going.
You know, it's a good thing we don't use film anymore. Now it's digital, so
it's cheaper.
Welcome to Two-Pit Talk. We are so glad you all could join us. We have a real special show for you today. We brought our boyhood friend Jonathan on to join in the stories for today's episode. Hope you enjoy. Cut. So now here's the best part, fucker. Guess who's gonna take the outro?
Jonathan, right?
Jonathan, you all right there, buddy? You're awful red. Can we get makeup in or something?
Like a little red.
I look like I was crying.
You look very red.
Oh, shit. You didn't even say anything. It's like your other intros. Hi, welcome to Two-Pit Talk. Watch this.
No, I said I had to hurry up before you screwed it up again. That's not nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
You know, we got to do one of these when we're drinking.
What's that going to do for me?
It'll make it more bearable for me. Hey, Two-Pit.
Hey, Two-Pit. Hi, Two-Pit Jonathan.
Two-Pit Jonathan.
So this is the first time we've had a guest on our show. We're up to, I think this is episode 8. Yeah, because I uploaded 6 and 7 this week. So they're up there ready to go. You can review them. I haven't sent you the links yet, but you're not looking at them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm a busy guy.
3 showing right now, so.
Well, they come out weekly.
One a week. Yeah, one a week.
One a week. So give me time to edit it, put it together, talk about it ahead of time, try to get people to watch. What are we giggling about now?
I was waiting for you to make the comment about how I haven't learned how to post yet.
Now I'm fucking past that. Fucking Facebook page has been up for a couple of months. He's made one comment.
That's not entirely true.
Oh yeah, there was that other one that I think you like something.
But I shared them all. The whole self. I'm working on it.
Yeah,
self-promoting's hard.
It is. I've had a little more practice at it than you, so yeah. No, I totally get it.
I share all your movie stuff. Yeah.
Did you share the one
Yes,
last
the
night?
most recent one. Yes, I
I'm
did.
gonna have to go back and look. I'm
You
not
go
sure.
look.
You're
Go ahead.
fibbing. You're fibbing again.
I do not.
I don't know. I usually share it off of either Chris's or Trish's, though.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. I mean, whatever gets it out there. I don't care.
Yeah, whoever. Sometimes I see it from Kathy or Lindsay's, and then I share it off
Right.
from that one. Whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So,
So
yes.
there's no way you could actually keep track of what he's actually sharing or posting or anything else anyways, except for looking at his thing.
Well, it'll tell me how many shares, and there is somewhere I can go and look at shares, but Facebook's not great about,
Keeping
telling
Shares
you.
off of yours, but not shares off of friends.
Yeah, but they shared mine, so is it a
They
share
shared
of
it once.
Trish's? Yeah, that's you're right. That's what's
You
confusing.
don't get that stuff.
Yeah. So whatever gets it out there, I don't care.
I guess I really had to explain that to the IT guy.
Well, you didn't have to explain it to me. I was just working it through in my head that, well, it's my share. So
Takes me a minute.
did he share
More than a
my
minute.
thing, or did you share Trisha's? And how does Facebook recognize that? So
I don't know, right, Mark? And you ask.
nah. I don't care.
Okay. As usual, we have digressed. Back to the topic at hand and why we have our.
Well, I'm not sure we really have a topic this time.
We do. We have our esteemed guest on, who is going to supposedly right some wrongs that he feels were shared incorrectly.
We're chatting with him, but yeah, I figured I'd give him the opportunity to debunk some of our past two posts.
From your episode 1.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you haven't? There's 3 out. You just said you've only watched 1.
No, it's only the one that I can comment on because the other one I haven't even seen the movie. So
Oh, seriously?
I had no idea what you were talking about. So I actually fast forwarded through 3/4 of it and just listened to little bits and pieces here and there because I didn't even know what the movie was. So
Sure.
I was lost from the first 5 minutes.
Oh, I think you'd like it. You should watch it.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Whether
I
you
probably
see,
will, but not knowing, I just didn't want to continue to listen.
yeah,
Fair enough.
if and when we talk about in general, and that was only our second and third podcast. When you talk about a specific movie for the whole podcast or 2 whole podcasts, I do think you limit the audience in the sense that A, the ones who haven't seen it, or B, the ones who are like, didn't have an opinion one way or the other, aren't really going to care about our opinions on it. So
Oh, sure. Yeah. Nobody cares about our opinions on it.
just
I
us.
just hadn't heard. I wasn't familiar enough with the movie, so I started listening, and then what you guys were talking about and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to listen to all of this because now I got to go back. I got to go watch the movie, so I don't want to listen to everything they're saying. And of course, I screwed up when I went to listen to the podcast. I thought I was listening to episode 2, part 1, and I was actually listening to episode 3, part 2.
Gotcha.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You didn't talk about any of this stuff. And I had to go back in my phone, backtrack, look at what I was doing, and then I'm like, well, how the hell did they do that? I pressed on episode 2, but it jumped me to episode 3. So
yeah.
I went back and then listened to episode 2.
Nice. Yeah, I figure, I don't really expect people to listen because, that's what all the podcasts are.
Well,
The famous podcasts are people who are famous and people want to know about their lives because it's kind of like a way of digging deep into someone they respect or like their work or whatever like that. So when you have nobodies like us, with no particular theme, it's more about the banter and the fun. I hope they're tuning in to see how we interrelate with each other and get a giggle out of it. That's really all I care about.
Which anybody that listens or is around us when we're all together anyways is going to be freaking laughing 90% of the time.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We got plenty of
material. This summer, you really got to do one and have somebody else film it as we're doing a project.
That's a good idea. We could hire you.
No. I'm going to be part of the building. As always.
You could take your phone and just follow us around.
Yeah, you don't want that. I shake too much.
Yes, you do. I don't know how the hell you shoot.
All over.
I'll set up the camera on a tripod.
There you go.
But, okay, so back to your supposed debunking.
Oh, I listened to it and I had to laugh because I've grown up.
So let me just stop you for a sec. Let me stop you for a sec because
We're
again,
never gonna get this started.
eventually somebody's probably gonna watch this that doesn't necessarily know the dynamic. So just real quick.
Oh.
Jonathan, I've known since I was 5 years old. Chris, we've already established I've known since I was 8. So the dynamic is Jonathan knows all of our stories, and apparently we got some of them wrong.
Portions of them.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just portions, Your Ranger Rick story, which is one of the famous great ones. Jerry kind of messed that one up because he pulled in.
That's what Chris said.
Were camping out of state.
Check the film.
And yeah, you weren't really out of state. You were in Grand Isle State Park.
Which was my thought, but I didn't want to disagree with him on camera.
Why not? Why change now?
When do you not disagree?
Good point.
I only said New Hampshire because I know that's where we usually went to camp, and I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I think it's New Hampshire because that's where we always seem to go.
You said, I think New Hampshire, possibly Maine.
Yeah, because those are the two
You
places
jumped
I
Vermont
remember.
completely.
Well, those are the two places we always went. Bar Harbor, remember we went once.
Mostly to Maine in the
Hampton,
summer.
Yep.
But we did go to a lot of local ones too, way back in the day. Because you remember, my parents had a pop-up, so we went to a lot of state parks.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember. That's why.
Apparently. But, well, it was funny when you said it, I would thought, man, I thought sure it was Grand Isle. But because I just remember the setup of going down to the boat launch where the fireworks happened. So please continue,
Fireworks.
Sir. Yes.
And then I got to go on the snowball incident. You were correct. I was not throwing. I was just supplying.
See, I stuck up for you.
I was.
No, I said that. I said I didn't think he was throwing.
No, you're like, are you sure?
Yeah.
I think Jerry should go back and rewatch episode 1.
I think Chris got to go back and watch him because I know I said, I'm pretty sure Jonathan was just making them. And you're like, yeah, no, I think he was just making them.
Yeah, Jerry mentioned it. You agreed.
Okay, here's your homework, Mr. IT.
You were both correct.
You're to go back and slice in that little piece where I have the one that said it.
I have edited all of these. I ain't fucking going back and doing shit to them. You want anything changed, you do it, fucker.
Maybe I will. I can put it up on my iPad and play it right into the camera. Special effects that we have are astounding.
Oh, yeah. I could probably get Craig involved.
I think Craig's got enough on his plate with a newborn.
I think he does.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so location.
Location was Mountains Bay Ave. That was correct. And then I did not run because I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just making snowballs.
We know you didn't run.
You guys all ran, and that's when I got a ride home.
Yes.
So after I got the ride home and the ski pants went whoosh, 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 down the street, and the cop says, well, is that them? And I went, oh, no, I don't know who that is.
That was Chris, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. That was Chris wearing ski pants. I don't think I've ever seen Chris in ski pants. Maybe a couple pairs of jeans and a sweatpants underneath.
Yep.
But
that's what I used to wear sledding.
Yep. You guys circled back around, did go up to Scott's house up by the park.
No.
And then you left him and came down and watched from the top of McCormick's Hill till the cop left.
Yep.
And then started walking home. You never came actually over to the house.
And see,
went
that's
down to Chris's house and called to find out how much trouble I was in.
And that's what I thought, but Chris was pretty sure we went to your door, and I'm like,
And I still am, because I remember the cop. There was more than just the two of us when the cop did his little 5-0 slide in.
I wasn't with you.
Scott had to have been with us because
No,
Jonathan,
we
did you
dropped him
tell?
off.
No. Scott went home.
Yeah,
Okay.
we dropped
And it
him
was-
off.
Yeah, you dropped him off, and then you two looked from the top of the hill. I don't know. Was Mike there?
I don't think so.
We can't use last names, so I can't
Yeah.
ask that. But
Pine
I don't
Street.
know.
Pine Street.
Shepherd Street.
No, Mike lived on. Well, did he live on Shepherd first? Because he was on Pine Street up by the pool.
Yeah, that Mike was up past the pool on the corner with his grandparents.
I thought that's the one. Who I don't know the other
Yeah,
Mike
that's
then.
who I was thinking. Shepherd Street when he lived with his mom.
Oh right, I remember
when
that now.
he cooked us up the chipmunk?
Oh, yeah. The one we hunted.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
bad hunters with our homemade bows.
BB guns. No, that was with the BB guns. The chipmunk and the squirrel for lunch.
It was different.
But
It wasn't bad eating, but it wasn't much meat there.
no, there wasn't much meat.
Was it tough?
Oh God, no.
No.
No,
Interesting.
no, it's very tender.
Just not a lot
But-
of it.
No. But you guys went home and called, and you said, "So are you in trouble?" And I went, yeah, I'm grounded. No, I can't go over right now." And then you asked if I was sure, and I said, well, I don't know. Let me ask Dad. And it was like the longest grounding I ever had.
See, and
The whole 15 minutes.
I swear we were at your door when we asked for that one, because I swear I remember you yelling back inside. But
No, because the
because-
timing doesn't make sense. Because if we were dropped Scott off when we walked down and the cop swung in front of us all Dukes of Hazzard like and asked us questions, that wouldn't have been after we talked to him at his house.
yeah,
That would have been coming up.
No, Scott wasn't there.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Scott wasn't
Yeah.
there. So
no, I know.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
why-
it was just the two of you because you
I
wanted
am
to
pretty
run,
sure,
and
too.
Jerry went, "Well, no, we ain't doing nothing wrong. We can just walk."
Jerry's pretty sure, as you will find out in more and more of these episodes, is not very sure.
Jerry doesn't like to run.
Yeah, you can take that to the bank. But so,
And then I
did
ended
we
up not
miss?
being-
Did we miss any stories that come to mind for you?
Those were the only two that you really told.
Right, those are the two.
Well, those were the two
More-
big ones that I always remember from,
Our
first
escapades,
meetings. Yeah, we
I
talked a
like to
little
think
bit
of them
about.
as adventures.
I think the best one I always remember is Price Chopper parking lot in Essex.
Oh, we didn't talk about that, so we should get into that.
Should we? I don't know if my parents want.
That's okay. They won't watch the show.
Now, I know Jerry was with us. Now, Jonathan, were you there, or is just a
Oh yeah,
story?
No,
It
he was there.
the three
Okay.
of us.
Yeah.
It was
That's right,
the
'cause
three of
this
us.
was-
We were going for a drive.
No, we were
Yes.
going camping. I thought.
No,
No,
this was for a drive because we didn't have the camper or anything with us. We were in the middle of Essex.
No, but that's what I thought. We were picking up groceries to go.
Because I
camping.
remember it was for, I think that was just for barbecue or whatever, because I do remember stopping
Oh.
on some back roads and lighting off bottle rockets down the road.
Yep. Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
See, that was that same time. So, all right, start at the beginning. So we're going to have it like a day out. I think we were going to go to a day beach or something is what I think it was. It wasn't camping because we didn't have the camper
Okay.
with us.
So we did go somewhere. That's what I
we
was
were
thinking.
going somewhere, but I don't know.
Right.
don't
I
even
think it
remember
was
what
a day beach. So we were getting
Yeah.
burgers and buns and stuff. So we stopped. This is, God, eons ago. But there used to be the A&P
Grocery store.
supermarket. Yep, grocery
Supermarket,
market
yeah.
right in the middle of Essex, right where Big Lots is.
Opposite side of the street, though, right in front of the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Is that where that was? Boy, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. I can see it. Like I can still see looking. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Close your eyes and think back, Jerry. You'll be okay.
it'll all come back. So my mom goes into the A&P to get said groceries for our day picnic, day trip. And back then the A&P was all windows at the front checkouts. It was just big panes of glass all the way across. So we were out in the car with my dad, and we're sitting there, we're getting bored, and all of a sudden my dad's like, you know, we got some fireworks in the trunk.
Yep.
And I'm like, yes, we do. So hop out, I grab some bottle rockets, and I bring them in. I said, well, here you go, Dad. So he's like, well, I'm not going to hold it. I said, well, we look around, and one of us found a can in the back seat.
Yep.
And so
we were drinking soda. I think you pounded your can of sodas to give him a can.
We always had soda, true.
Yeah.
But so he pops two of them, I think, in the can.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we're in the middle of
three,
Essex Junction on like 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It's packed. It's a beautiful summer day. And he lights them off. Boom, boom. Now, what you may not realize with bottle rockets is just how much smoke those things actually put off.
It's a lot.
It filled the car. Now, we had the windows mostly up because we had the air conditioner right. So he had just rolled it down to fire the bottle rocket.
Fire the bottle rocket out.
Yep.
The car was filled with smoke and billowing out. Now,
wow. We rolled all the windows down because it was so full.
And we got out of the car.
Yes, we did, because we couldn't breathe. So at this time, my mom is checking out and sees a car filled with smoke and 4 idiots jumping out.
Not to mention, she said that they could hear them explode in the store. So everybody in the front was looking out the window.
Oh, yeah, everybody was staring, and she was so embarrassed. She said, head down. She paid the lady, and she got in the car. Oh, she was mad. She yelling at my dad the whole way to camp, or the day, wherever we went.
Wherever
like
we were
Knight's
going.
Point or something. It was one of those day beaches where you go for the day, and they had, little grills and stuff. But, yeah, middle of Essex, he decides to light them off.
Oh, that was hilarious. Your mom was so embarrassed and so mad at him.
Yeah, that was not the only time.
The kids made me do it.
Oh, yeah, that was where he threw us under the bus. It was usually to my brother, but he couldn't that time.
Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
The kids made me do it. They wanted to see him go off. I couldn't do it. They wouldn't leave me alone.
It was funny as hell, though. Laugh.
Oh, my God.
We did. We laughed like hell in the backseat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Except for when your mom would turn around to look at us. We'd all straight face.
Yeah, she was not pleased that day.
No, because she even gave him crap when he pulled over on the side of the road, and he says, here, guys, go light these off and aim them down the road.
Oh, that's right. She goes, you're not going to do it again. Oh, Pauline. Just kids having fun. I used to do worse.
Oh, Dad's telling tales.
Oh, yeah, no. He tells me stories. So he grew up in what was used to be called the Lost Nation. Up on Lemoore Road. Go figure.
Yeah.
And back then there weren't hardly any houses up there, but so it was all dirt roads and stuff. So if it was like he said, there would be times where if it was pouring rain, they would roll a big boulder out into the road and then just sit there and watch for somebody to come and have to get out of the car in the rain and roll the freaking boulder off the road, and then they'd roll it back out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was awful. Good thing I didn't turn out anything like
that. You come by it honestly.
No, we would never do anything like that. Smoke bombs.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Smoke bombs.
All right, Jonathan, you tell that one. You tell that story.
God.
Oh, my God. We were trying to find something to do at night. We decided that you had these smoke bombs.
No. Oh, well, which one you telling then? Because there's one during the day.
No, this was a night one.
Okay.
You and I at night. Your neighbor across the street.
Nope. See, the old man?
Yeah.
That was during the day.
No, it wasn't. That was at night because every time we threw it in the spotlight that shined in the backyard. and he would come running out.
This poor guy.
That was spotlight. So we decided, okay, we're gonna throw these smoke bombs and throw a smoke bomb down in the neighbor's yard. Big old spotlight.
Was I there?
No,
It
Okay.
was
Because
You
this
were
isn't sounding
actually-
familiar.
it was
think you were
the
actually
apartment
working.
buildings.
Yes.
Yeah. I know where you're
Building
talking
right
about.
across
I
the
just
street.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that
You might
sets
have been
down.
working, Jerry. We might have just left your house. You might have been working at the corner store. We might have been over at the corner store, and on our way back, we decided to do it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, corner store where you shot me with a paintball gun.
You said it didn't hurt.
No, I said I didn't think it was gonna hurt.
No, you said, "Oh, it doesn't hurt." Chris said so.
Yeah, that was another mistake because it hurt.
I didn't think they hurt that bad.
Whoa.
Unless you get hit in the neck. That one I'd admit hurt.
Or
I got
triple
hit.
tap. Or triple tapped right there.
No, I shot him just behind no, just above the left knee, right in the back where it's tender, right where you bend. Yeah, that's where I shot him with it.
Mhm.
But back to the smoke bomb there. So we threw it down. We threw it down into the spotlight, and we were watching it. No big deal. All of a sudden, this old guy came running out and goes stomping on it. And then, so we watched, and he goes, turns around, goes back inside. So we sat there in the tall grass laughing. That was kind of funny.
It's like,
I wonder if he'd come out again if we throw another one. So we threw another one. And yeah, here comes the old guy running like hell out there again, stomping like hell.
See, I remember the
Yeah.
story, but I know I wasn't there for it. That's why it sounds familiar, but I'm like, I don't have any visual recollection of it.
Oh,
I think you got out of work and came over later that night, and we were playing
You must
video
have
games
told
or
me
something
about
when
it,
Chris and I
yeah.
told you about it. And I don't know how many times we did it to that poor guy. He'd keep running out there, stomp, yell, "You damn kids!"
Yeah, I think we ran out of smoke bombs. I think we had like 6. We had a pack with 6. Oh, we used them all on him.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, he would run out there, and boy, he would stomp like hell on that damn smoke bomb. And they were only the little round cherry ones.
Yeah, it's not even like they made noise. He was
Just
was
smoke.
just
Well, the
smoke.
original was he thought
A
there
fire.
was fire, right?
Oh, of course.
And then, if you don't know how it's producing the smoke. So he
Sure.
could have thought it was burning hot enough to
Yeah.
catch the grass on fire, which it wouldn't,
Sure.
but
Right.
apparently he didn't know that. So hey, he got his cardio for the night. That's
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Quite a bit of it.
yo.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, actually I'd forgotten you were working at that little store there across the street.
Yeah, I was in it when I got robbed at gunpoint.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Dudley's Market then, and the daughter of the owner was working there with a boyfriend, and I was filling the cooler, pulling the cans for it, and somebody came in. I was like 16. Came in gunpoint, and I look over and I'm like, holy shit, somebody's robbing the store. And I just kept grabbing the same bottle, moving it from one shelf to another. I didn't know what else to do. And I remember Andy was the boyfriend's name. He said he looked down the barrel and he could see there were no bullets because it was a revolver. He could see there were no bullets in it.
In the previous chamber, the one.
Yeah. Well, in any of them, he could see through it, he said. And he said, but he didn't know about the one
in the barrel.
In the barrel. And I said, well, me at 16, I know all about guns. I said, was the hammer pulled back? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, if he had pulled the hammer back, the barrel will have rotated. And he's like, oh, if I had known that, I would have laid him out right there, he said. And I'm like,
that's not worth it.
No. They ended up catching him.
They always do.
Yeah.
Usually after.
Well, Andy went out, got in his car, and followed the guy, and found out where he went. And then obviously his girlfriend called the police. They came, got the information, and then obviously Andy came back, told him where he went. They went and arrested him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to tell the Jonathan the egg story?
Oh my God.
Which one?
Since it's kind of your fault that we got in trouble.
Which one?
Because
Wait
you
a minute.
No.
Okay, you start, because I'm not sure which egg story you're talking about.
Dave's.
Oh, that's the only
Oh.
one I know of, actually.
Wait a minute. How's it my fault? I drove like hell.
Exactly, because you drove this giant ass boat of a white car that couldn't be missed and outrun anything.
Hey, that thing could outrun quite a bit. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Not on the back streets of Winooski.
Yeah.
Takes you a
We were
street and a
trying
half
not
to
be
turn.
too obvious once I turned the lights back on. 2 blocks
Yeah.
from the house, I had nothing to do with besides drive.
Yeah,
That's
Mr.
all I
Benoit.
did was the driver.
Officer Benoit was none too happy with me and Bob because he knew us.
Right. So yeah. So this
Actually, he wasn't
particular.
pleased with Christopher.
Yeah, he had a
No.
problem with me.
No, because he was pretty sure you were a part of it.
So our friend Dave was home on leave from the army. So we were all about college age.
Yeah.
Because he had joined
He
the
had
army.
just come back.
Right.
He
He had
was
joined the
just-
army right after
yeah.
high school, and I think
Yep.
We
I
had all
was in
graduated.
college. Huh?
We had all
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah,
back
we were all out of high school,
Yeah.
and he was home on leave, so we're over there partying.
At Dave's house.
Yep, at Dave's in Winooski.
No last names.
And so, shenanigans, stories, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, he had a grudge against a kid.
That went to our school. Yeah.
Yeah, from an ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend or whatever. I don't even remember the details.
I
But
don't either.
That's where the grudge came from. So
Yeah.
he decided he wanted to egg the house. So we go to the local. Well, we ended up. I don't know
We went
why.
It was
We
on
went to
Riverside.
Riverside.
Yeah, it was Riverside Cumbies. Well, whatever it was back then.
Companies
but-
for snacks.
Right.
That's all we had gone for.
Now
Yeah.
I
Dave
didn't.
decided why.
Yeah, this wasn't premeditated as far as I remember.
Well,
No,
no, it
Not at
was.
all.
No,
No,
we
no,
went
not
for
from
snacks.
us.
That's all
No,
we
no.
No.
Yeah.
Dave decided when at the
Not for
store.
me.
Right. That's what I mean. Dave knew he was going to do it.
Not until he got to the
Oh.
store, though. He decided that, oh, we're here. I'm going to buy some eggs. And then he talked
Anyway,
to everybody else.
So
And
I didn't even go in the store.
nope, you didn't.
Right. That was part of the problem.
I don't remember that because it was Ian,
No.
Bob, and I in the other vehicle, and I don't think we went in the store either.
Oh no, you did.
Did
Yeah,
we?
you did.
Yeah, you got everybody went in the store but me. Because
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, because you guys were getting snacks or whatever, and I was all set. I'd already loaded up.
I always like snacks.
Yes, we know. So we get the stuff, and on the way back, now Jerry and Ian and Bob were in a separate car, and they went back to Dave's house.
Yep.
Wasn't
Kyle was with us too.
Kyle, Ian's
Kyle
brother.
was
was
in-
with us, but wasn't
was me.
Adam with
No.
them?
I don't think
No.
Adam was there.
No, it was
I mean,
only.
he was at the house, but I don't think he came to get snacks.
It was
Oh,
only.
okay.
Oh, yeah, because it was only
Right.
Bob, Ian, and I in the.
Right.
in
And
that
it was
car.
me, Kyle, Jonathan, and Dave in the
Dave.
other car in Jonathan's giant white freaking boat.
1978 Delta 88 Oldsmobile. It was 18
God.
feet 5 inches long, 6 foot wide.
Yep. And
I remember
Jonathan
the car, I
4 foot
wouldn't-
nothing.
I remember the car. I wouldn't have been able to tell you what it was.
No, me
Oh, I'll
neither.
never forget it.
But so anyway, so we're going back, and then Dave turns to Jonathan, who's driving, and says, "Hey, swing by so and so's house." He goes, "We're gonna egg it." So that's not a good idea. Now I'm all up for mischief, but you got to plan it a little better. I'm not for the winging it. you gotta have roots and everything else in place. Backup plans, contingencies, things happen.
So you say they were we planned to throw the snowballs?
Yeah, that was the whole.
No,
Don't you
no, no.
remember that?
I know we planned to throw the snowballs, but you're saying we thought this out, and then I don't remember that part.
I don't remember that part either.
I just remember throwing snowballs.
Yeah.
So,
Not to be confused with this story.
so we get it there, and Dave's handing out eggs. And I said, Dave, I'm not egging his house. I don't even know him. He didn't do anything to me. So Kyle and Dave egged the house. Jonathan was in the car keeping it running.
Yep, I drove up and around the block and turned the lights off.
And he was in the house, right?
Yeah, they were all home. So
everybody was home.
He didn't. Yeah, they were all home. They didn't technically see us. What happened was they heard all the eggs hit. They jumped in a car and they actually went and followed. They saw the car pulling away, right? Because it's a boat and you can't miss it, lights or not. So we jump in the car and we head right back to Dave's. He brings us right back. See, again, that's what I'm talking about. It wasn't thought out. So we get back to Dave's.
Chris would have done it differently.
So we get back to Dave's.
Yeah, we would have walked a couple blocks.
Oh, there's
through backyards and over fences, and
there's the few things I would have done differently had I been the mastermind of this particular caper. But such as it was. So we get back to Dave's and we start drinking again. And next thing we know, I don't know, half hour later,
there's a knock at the door.
And there's a policeman outside the door.
Couple of
now, this is where
Mr.
Dave's,
Benoit.
yes, this is where Dave's mom screwed up. Because he asked if he could come in. Right there, no.
Again, Chris would have done it differently.
But she said, sure, no problem. So he comes in, and he starts nosing through the stuff. And now he sees all the wrappers and everything from Shorestop. And,
God,
cookies.
Do you even remember the store name?
Or, well, it was Cumby or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's still Cumberland Farms.
Oh, okay, I didn't know it was back then. I know it is now, but
yeah, no, whatever it was, but they had their own little label, so it was, so he's like, you guys go out? Yeah, we went out, we got some snacks and stuff. And he took, as he's questioning everybody, he really took an instant dislike to me.
Can't imagine why.
I know. And I'm like, dude, we're sitting here, blah, 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 we got nothing. I don't know what you're. So anyway, he ends up leaving, goes to the store, and finds out. Yeah. Then he came back and got us.
And made us drive down there.
Yes. Then he came back. He said, I need you guys to come with me.
See, I didn't remember how that played out. That would have been a good time for us to leave.
So he took us to the store, and he brought everybody in. And he had the clerk, because this was only over a course of a few hours. It was the same guy. So he's questioning the clerk. It says, do you recognize it? Yeah, he was here. Yeah, he was here. And as he ticked him off, he sent him outside. And he pulled up the receipts from that time, and obviously eggs were bought by Dave.
Well, he sent the people who he didn't recognize.
No. Everybody he saw there, he sent out.
See, because I only remember being outside.
Yes, because I was inside the longest. Because the clerk, no, don't laugh, because this was not funny. Because the clerk goes, no, he wasn't here.
Yeah.
So the clerk's like, no, he wasn't in here. He goes, you're sure this guy? I said, dude, you deaf? He just told you 3 times I wasn't in here. Then he got pissed and sent me outside. That's when I came out.
Yeah.
And he went and looked at tapes.
Yep. Because we had to wait outside.
Yep.
Well, I remember waiting outside. That's all I remember.
You weren't in the store.
I don't remember going in.
But he saw Dave on the tapes buying the eggs and stuff. So he had Dave dead to rights. Now, the problem was Dave was on leave. So if Dave got arrested for this stupid prank, he was going to be AWOL.
Yep.
So we decided in our car on the way back that we would take the rap for it, me and Jonathan and Kyle, when we got back, so that Dave wouldn't get in trouble.
Right.
First time I was innocent that I admitted to doing something.
But wait. We went back to Dave's, and he made us get in the car again.
No,
because I remember he's like, let's go back to the store. I could have swore we all had to go back to the store for a second time for some reason.
No, I think.
Or maybe he was going to, and that's when Kyle stood up.
No, well, I said it first.
We want to know the
Chris
truth.
Stood up, and then I stood up, and then Kyle stood up.
And we said, yep, we did it.
And
what do you want us to do? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then worst came to worst was Kyle was underage.
Right.
Oh.
So
So
he had to call his parents.
he had to call his parents to come and get him.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I do.
But anyway, so it ended up. So we took the rap, got him off it.
Well, there's more to the story because the officer lived across the street from us.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
a side of the store, he lived in the apartment building across. And the funny part is, I don't remember when this happened versus, because I obviously knew him. He used to come into the store
Yeah.
all the time. I knew he
You
lived.
and Bob knew him, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how Bob knew him, but I knew him back when I was working at the store. He used to come in and stuff. So this is
Right.
obviously years later. He must have still
Buying
been living
donuts
there.
and whatnot.
Yeah. He thought this isn't part of this story. This is a separate story, but he confided in me one day. He thought we were drug dealers because if you remember, the motion sensing light that was off the basement entrance
Yes.
was
Yep.
wonky in the cold. It would flash. It would like shut off.
So
and
he
go
thought
on,
he
you
was
know.
signaling
Yeah,
people.
he thought, because then all of a sudden a car would pull into the driveway. So he thought we were drug dealers, and
But-
set him right on that.
Yeah.
But so anyway, he knew me, and he got Bob and I to go outside while you guys were still inside Dave's house, and read us the riot act for not saying anything, and we're like, but we didn't know. We didn't go. We stayed here. Bob, Ian, and I were here. We went to the store. We went to the store, but we went back to Dave's because we didn't know where you guys were. We didn't know you guys had other plans.
Well, we were behind you, so all of a sudden we just turned off and kept going where we went. And then when we got back, you guys were like, "Where the hell did you guys go?"
Right.
We were like, "Oh, nowhere.
Yeah.
Nothing."
So yeah, but he was giving Bob and I a hard time. I'm like, dude, we didn't know. We weren't there. And I think he finally believed us. And I don't remember this was before or after you guys admitted it.
Oh, that was before.
Yeah. So that
because he was
makes more
trying to,
sense.
because he had
Yeah.
nothing. But again, if she hadn't let him in the house, he would have never known what store to go to. But whatever.
Yeah.
Be that as it
Yeah.
may.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we ended up having to go the very next morning, which was like a Sunday morning, and wash the egg off the house, and that was all
Yep.
there was to it.
Yep. Yeah.
And I did
remember
tell him, after it was all done and we cleaned it up and left, I said, just not for nothing, but I did not throw any eggs.
that. Yeah.
He's like, I swore you were.
Your reputation.
Like, nope, he didn't. He wasn't even part of it.
Your reputation precedes you.
But yeah, so yeah, there were many stories.
I think they're getting the gist of that by you saying, "Yeah, what about the egg story?" and me saying, "Which one?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So what one were you thinking of?
Well, there was that one there, and then there was the Halloween night when we went out or no, it wasn't Halloween. Excuse me, it was Cabbage Night.
Cabbage Night.
And we went out and
your house used to get egged on Cabbage Night all the time. You and I sat out with our paintball guns up on your little
Jonathan's house. Yes.
Yeah.
My street always got hit. It's a quieter street because there's no kids that live there, but almost every house every year got hit.
Yeah. And I remember we shot at some kids that were throwing eggs or something like that.
Yep, we sure did. I took one girl right in the left butt cheek because the next day at school she was like talking about it, and I looked and I said, "Well, you should have flipped me off and called me an asshole." And she went, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, how's your left ass cheek feel?" Yep. But they came back that night and they egged the hell out of the neighbor's house. Thank God I didn't care about that neighbor. But oh yeah, they must have used 2 cartons of eggs on that neighbor's house that night after we shot at them.
I don't remember.
That was a big thing when we were.
I don't remember our house ever getting egged, and we were only right around the corner.
Yeah, but see,
Far off
difference
the
is,
street.
yeah, Mallett's Bay. You take your life into your own hands back then because cars go like 50 up and down that road. So our Mallett's Bay never really got hit.
No.
So we had gone out on a Cabbage Night and we ran into, I can't even remember the guy's name. but he had eggs in his pocket, and I reached down and I smashed his eggs in his pocket.
Oh
I
yeah.
I didn't
remember
know if
that.
he had. I didn't know he had any. I just reached down and I was like, "Got any eggs?" And he actually had eggs in his pocket.
That's funny.
And then we got to your house, and it was either the next day or something. You had told your dad about it, and your dad asked how scrambled eggs were.
Oh, you're talking about the night I came home with egg on my head.
No. Your dad knew because I smashed the eggs in the kid's pocket. He was somebody we were hanging out with at the time,
Huh.
and I can't remember who it was.
I mean, the
It
only
was one of
people.
those like somebody
How
we hung
old?
out with for a year, huh?
How old were we?
We were still in high school.
Okay. Well, the funny thing is, we were talking about this in the previous episode. Jay, I almost said his last name, used to live across the street in that same apartment building attached to the corner store. And he remembered me. I ran into him because he's the nephew of my filmmaking friend Colleen. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to live across the street from you." And he totally remembered Chris. And we hung out for like a year. And so it might have been him.
Oh, it could have been because it was somebody that lived right near us.
Yeah, because John Badger, we didn't really hang out with after we met Chris.
Oops.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't leave his yard. His
Oh,
parents
is that
were
what it was?
protective and wouldn't let him leave the yard.
No, that was me.
Oh, his dad was just as bad as yours at that point.
Yeah. Chris had forgotten about that I couldn't cross the street until like I was 12.
Oh yeah.
It was a good thing we lived on the same side of the street. We talked about that. We would have never met.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still don't even know how it. Jonathan, do you remember? You're the one that with a good memory, apparently. How did you and I meet? Because I was
It was in
5.
the field.
I know I was 5 and I couldn't cross the street, so you had to come to me.
You were out back playing with whatever, probably the Star Wars, and John and I were playing in the field. And we went, "Oh, you like Star Wars?" And then John had a bunch and I had a few. Yeah. So we went and got ours and we were playing in the backyard. And then your dad came out and said, "I don't want you guys in this yard." And we went, "Okay." And we went into the field, and then we started talking in the field because we just wouldn't go in your yard. We would hang out in the field, you would play in your yard, and we would talk back and forth.
Oh, that's funny.
And then your mom finally was like, "Well, you guys can come and play." And we were like, "No."
No, we can't.
No, we were told to get out. And then we were...
You weren't the first to hear that from my father.
Oh, yeah. No, and then we ended up playing more and more. Just hang it. We would play in your backyard because you couldn't leave to go over to my house because your parents didn't know mine.
Right.
But John could go as far as your house because it was in sight of his.
Right.
He just couldn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I just went wherever the hell I wanted.
Yep. But yeah, we were.
That's good to make that connection now because I know I was like 5. I don't know why I know that. I just know I was like 5. And I didn't meet Chris until I was 8.
Yeah, I was allowed to play in the field.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I was allowed to just play anywhere as long as I was outside, not in the house.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. You were a bastard as a kid.
What do you mean as a kid? He's still...
He used to beat me up. He'd throw shit at me, hit me with shit, then run in his house and laugh at me. Close the door and laugh at me, and I'd go home.
And that was only until Dad snapped that freaking bamboo stick across my butt.
It was only until I got big enough to beat you back. I'm like, all right, this is done. I'm done with this.
I'm done with this.
Yes.
I remember I was riding my bike away, and I thought you threw a rock because it hit me in the back of the head and gave me like this lump. And you said it was like hard rock or hard candy or something like that.
Oh, he was always eating shit like that. growing
Yeah.
up.
Still
Hard
does.
candy. Oh, those
Yeah, I still do.
freaking jujubes.
Yep.
Dude, you know how hard those are to find? I gotta
Oh.
buy them by the case on Amazon. That's the only way I can find them now.
Oh, you ate those things. I don't know how, man. They about pulled my teeth out when I was a kid.
I remember that was your staple at the movie theater.
Yep.
Yep.
Was always to eat the jujubes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, that's good. That puts a little perspective for me because, like, I vividly remember what you're saying now to an extent, but I often thought about that. I'm like, I know I've known him longer than I've known Chris, but I don't really remember how we met. Now it makes more sense.
Yeah, and then you met Chris. I went to my aunt's for a week during the summer.
Oh,
for
you
summer
went longer than that, didn't you?
No. This was
Oh,
one
in
of the first times-
Massachusetts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had gone down. I was gone for a week, and then you two met, and I came back, and that's when Jerry introduced me to you, and then we started hanging out, all the three of us.
Yeah. Is
But
that
I
the
was
same?
at Aunt Lou's for a week, and then
Is that the same aunt that you and I went to as adults?
Yep,
Whatever.
down in
however,
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's cool. I remember that.
Yep, because after that, it was probably a couple years after that is when you guys started doing the camping thing, and I never did the camping with you because I was always in Massachusetts for the summer.
Yep.
I would go there like the week after school let out, and I wouldn't come home until the week school came in.
Interesting.
So you guys did all the camping in the summer while I was
That's
down
why
in
I wondered why you were never
For
with
a
us.
long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. up
Yeah.
until we got to Chris and I got working at Martin's.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
Well,
Martin's.
I started working at Martin's jeez.
Yeah, you were there
I
like
was-
2 months before I got hired.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was there at 15. So whatever grade that was. Because
Yeah,
you could work at
no.
15 back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
then you must have went to the Grand Union after that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Grand Union was long
Oh,
after that. Grand
I was
Union
gonna
was
say.
after I graduated high school or thereabouts, heading into college.
Yep,
Oh,
for
okay.
summers.
Yeah.
You were doing summer work there.
Yeah.
Why did I work there that long? Because I know I
Yeah.
started when I was 16. It was right after the store got robbed. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, time to look for another job.
Oh, yeah. No. We were at Martin's pretty much through high school.
I
Yeah.
was there for 5 years.
Okay.
Because let's backtrack a little bit to the egging story with Dave. We didn't go clean it up the next day, that Sunday, because Dave had already been deployed. It was like a week or two later that we ended up cleaning off the egg.
No.
Because in the meantime, I will not forget it. Because in the meantime, I got fired
Oh.
from Martin's.
I remember that.
Chris wasn't there, but I got fired from Martin's, and I told my folks that I was going to work. I got dressed like I was going to work for Martin's, and I went over and cleaned at the house.
Well, the reason I say I knew it had to because you can't leave egg on a house for a week, dude. You know what it would do to the paint?
Paint.
We had to wait for confirmation from them to allow us to do that, or they wanted us to pay damages. And they came back and said, or Benoit said, are you guys willing to go and clean the house to rectify this if they're in agreement? And we said yes, but we had to wait for him to get back to us.
See, I
You
think
ended up
it was all
calling
that
me
bam
and
bam
saying,
that night
No.
because Kyle,
no. It was
Kyle's
like a
parents
week,
came
a
and got
week
him,
later.
and then I'm pretty sure they had to bring him back in town the next morning because Ian couldn't because he stayed in town with the car.
No, because you called and said that we were going to go clean it, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to go because I didn't want to tell my folks I got fired.
Now, why'd you get fired from Martin's?
I got wrapped up in a theft ring. They said I stole a bunch of. They were saying I was giving out a whole bunch of money and bottles and everything else, and the only thing I admitted to was eating food that was getting thrown away.
Well, everybody
So-
did that.
Yeah, I opted that that's what I did, and I told them I ate about $20 worth of food, so they told me I had to come in and pay the money back. And when I came in to pay the money back, they said, "Yeah, you admitted stealing, so we got to let you go."
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Yep. They ended up getting another guy. The way they worded it, they asked him how much he had given away in bottles since he had been there, because he was giving a little bit of extra away here and there. And
Oh,
the way he worded it, they made it so that he had to pay back like $1,100, and then another guy had like $11,000 because he said that he gave a total that he had given away, and they had asked for how much per week. So he said he gave out like $110 or something like that, and then they multiplied that by the amount of weeks he worked there.
Oh,
wow.
But the guy that owed the most, his dad was a lawyer, so he said, "Fine, I'll see you in court. My dad's a lawyer." And he ended up getting off, but I paid back the $20 and they let me go. And then the other guy, they let him go, and he had some sort of an agreement that he had to pay back X amount of dollars per week.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah. And then to come to find out later on, anytime you got high enough in pay, they would find some sort of scenario so to get rid of you, because each position you were only allowed to make X amount of dollars.
Right.
Well, I would never push up to a cashier. I
Right.
stayed as a bagger bottle room. So
Yeah.
I was actually making like $2 more an hour than what I was allowed to make in
Than
that
the
position.
average, yeah. What they want, yeah. They want turnover.
So, yeah.
Yep. No, I remember working at the Grand Union until I was 19, and then got the job at Teddy Bear.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually stayed on Grand Union longer. I was
Yeah.
there working until I ended up graduating from college, and we went down south.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I think you got my ice coolers. They always made me do the freaking frozen food.
I didn't have a problem. That's what you said. You said you hated that.
Yeah.
It
Just,
bothered me.
all day long.
But yeah, no. So yeah, because I worked there. Actually, I worked there. I got a job at the post office. Actually, I think a
Doing
year
nights.
before. Yeah, second shift. I'm
Yep.
trying to think. I wasn't there that long because we ended up. Trisha got a job down in Maryland, so
Yep.
we ended up moving down there. But I remember vividly though working Grand Union, and I gave my notice because I was going to the post office, and I remember Jeff was the manager at the time. He's like, "Oh man, I hate to lose you. Do you think you could stay on just till I get someone else?" And it ended up being like 3 months. I was working 2 full-time jobs,
Wow.
and I was second shift at the post office, so I'd get up and go in for early shift. I'd start at 4 or 5 at Grand Union stocking and getting everything prepped, then heading home at like 1 o'clock, take an hour snooze, and then head to the post office and work till 1 in the morning, whatever,
Oh, jeez.
and get 4 or 5 hours sleep, get up, do it again.
Yeah, I remember that because Jerry and I would give you a call and say, "Hey, you want to go do this?" And you're like, "I'm tired."
Oh, I was just a zombie during like that 2 months. And my dad, who has been a worker his whole life, and like finally one day he's like, "It's too much. You're getting burnt out. You got to give one of them up."
Mhm.
It's like, oh, okay. Something you never hear is your dad telling you you're working too much.
You're working too hard. Yeah.
Never heard it since.
There's a reason for that.
But
Yeah.
He probably thought it when he went out in the backyard and checked out the clubhouse that first time, though.
well, the first time, last time, he made us fill it in after he fucking realized we went 3 floors. Well, not 3 floors down, but we dug it down like 6 feet.
6 feet.
We did. We had it dug down like
Yeah.
6 feet, and then
Oh, I remember.
and then we had 2 floors. I say floors. You couldn't even stand on it. They're
Right.
I don't know 3 to 4 foot for a floor. So we had it about 7 or 8 foot high, plus the 6 foot underground. It was pretty cool. And then he looked into it and he realized just how deep it was and everything. He goes, "That's it." He filled it all in.
Where's the dirt?
That's
That was
when we built the clubhouse in your yard, Jerry.
Right.
After we had to bury mine.
Yeah.
And that's when we relieved some construction sites of some lumber.
No, that was for Scott.
Yeah,
No.
that was for a clubhouse up at Scott's house.
Yeah, you didn't. But the creative finding of materials was for something up at Scott's house because you said I wasn't a part of that. You told me how you guys snuck down there, grabbed the stuff, and then walked it up in the middle of the night
Oh, we did.
up the street.
Yeah, Chris,
That's
that
right,
was
because we had to go up to Scott's all the way up Pine Hill with it.
Yeah.
all the way up Pine Street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I
But
had an
Gary wasn't
ingenious
in on
way.
that one.
No,
That
I
was-
had an ingenious way of carrying the 2x4s, though. I came up with it.
Yep.
So two loops of rope. We could fit like 8 2x4s in it. Each person grab an end, and up we went. It was pretty good. It worked slick.
16 foot 2x4s per 2 guys. The only downfall was I think we only had 3 guys, didn't we?
Yeah, we had 3 guys, so one guy would be. Actually, I think we'd have you up ahead to let us know if cars came because we just dropped the lumber on the side of the road and dive into bushes.
Oh yes, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
That's right. You and
They're
Scott.
like, Jonathan, you get up ahead, yell to us if a car's coming. But we got quite a bit of lumber.
Yeah, I don't
Well, it
remember.
was what 4 nights, about 3 trips per night.
Yeah, we set the alarm, get up about midnight.
It was midnight, 1 o'clock. Yep.
Yep, head down. Back
Actually,
then,
if I remember right, it was more like 1 because we were going to set it for midnight. And I said, no, we got to give it my mom longer to fall asleep because she doesn't go to bed till like 11:30.
yeah. Well, and I remember there were some nights we stayed up at Scott's because we'd stay out on the back porch, the back
Yep.
deck.
Yep,
So
we did.
then it was easy to leave.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yeah, because then Jerry came up and he goes, where'd you guys get all the lumber?
That's right, because we did build that up in the park, Landry
Yep.
Park in the woods there behind Scott's house.
Behind Scott's house before you got into the hockey rink.
Yep.
Oh, there's a good story that we haven't told yet.
What
Do-
time is it? How long?
do we have time?
How long have we been on? I don't know how you tell.
An hour?
8:30 now.
No, not quite, because I don't think we started at 7:30.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we
We're
did,
late.
but our IT guy didn't record the first 10, 15 minutes.
It doesn't have to be an hour.
No, it's usually less. We were trying to keep them 30 minutes or so.
Well, that's only because we were worried people wouldn't watch them that long. We could save it for another time. Because it's not an elaborate story, but there's many parts to it. The park with the
there's
Jacket, there's bikes, there's
yeah,
the
there
extra-
there was theft of goods, and it wasn't even us stealing.
theft of goods.
Yeah,
So-
you don't.
there was theft of goods.
Yeah.
Our goods.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't steal anything.
Ding,
They
ding, ding.
stole our stuff.
I just said
but the-
that.
No, you said theft of goods. You
And
didn't
I
say
said-
whose goods.
And I said, not ours.
Yeah.
But it was ours.
Not our theft. Like, we didn't
Oh,
steal.
they
That's
didn't-
what I was saying.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
but the real kicker is who the thieves are that you find out later on in the story when you're actually telling it.
Yeah. We'll tell it next time.
okay.
At some
Good one.
point.
Yeah.
It's a good one. We'll have to fact check it with Jonathan before we.
Yeah. Well, he
I
should
still-
be involved if he was there.
I
That's
actually
future
was
reference.
not there.
I still
Oh.
say we went to his door.
I was not there on that one. That, I know for a fact you didn't because Dad never left the kitchen. And according to yours, I answered the door.
Oh, first off, your
And
dad
Mom
did leave the
yelled-
kitchen. Okay, your
Huh?
dad did leave the kitchen.
No.
Okay, yes, he did. When he was filling the wood stove.
Oh, that was after I was done. But yeah, I would have been gone by then because he was down filling the wood stove when the cop and I showed up at the door.
That's what I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think he got interrupted because I swear I remember you keeping the door open and yelling back. And I look at Jerry, I was like, I don't think he's going to be able to come. Next thing you know, he grabs his coat. Let's go.
No, because I had to. We were on the phone. I won't forget it because I was talking on the phone. You had me on speaker at your mom's house because I was talking to both of you.
We didn't have a speaker
Yeah, they
phone.
didn't have speakerphone back then, dude.
Then you both were holding the receiver.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, did we ever
I remember we used to do that all the time.
Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah. No, it's worse than that, Jonathan. We'd put the phone down because you would keep talking. We'd put the phone down, go in the living room for a little bit, come back, pick it up. Yeah, he's still talking. Put it back down and go back in the living
Oh yeah. No, I remember those stories too.
we did do that.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty sure it was Chris's idea.
I remember your dad saying that he used to give you crap about it, and you're like, "No, look, he's still there."
He's like, he doesn't care. Look, he's still talking. He thinks we're there. Have an hour going. You gonna come over or what? Yeah, I could probably do that.
This would be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, no, I remember that you had called because I was sitting in a living room on the phone with you because we still had corded phone at my house.
We had corded phone at our house.
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's all there was.
I was in a living room on the phone and said, well, I got to go ask my dad. And I had to go back into the kitchen and ask him. And he says, well, as long as you're not going anywhere, you're going to Chris's house and you're staying inside, right? Well, yeah, as far as I know, I mean, we may go out in the backyard, but we're not going anywhere besides the backyard. And he says, okay, then you can go.
I don't know. You thought you had speakerphone too, so.
I can't remember them all. Who the hell cares about a speakerphone? I knew I was talking to the two of you.
Yeah.
Oh, sugar. All right. No, I think that's plenty good.
I think so. I think we're good.
Um,
All right.
shit.
So, don't go anywhere, Jonathan. All right. Bye, Tupad.
bye, too bad.
By two beds.
Bye, Tupad.
Cut.
He loves to do that.
I do it every time.
So yes. Well, thank you for joining us for that episode of Tupid Talk where we included our age-old friend Jonathan and give you a little history for some of the stories we kind of screwed up and some of the stories that we hadn't told yet. Yeah. And some of the stories we hadn't told yet. So we hope you got a kick out of it. Yeah, we hope you got a kick out of this. If you didn't, we did. See you at the next one.
Cut.
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Oh, shit.
Well, he won't, but
Wow. He might.
he might. You're right.
He could become a regular.
That's right. People could bring on Jonathan more.
Yeah, that is exactly.
Out of the 5 people that subscribed, 3 would be like, bring Jonathan on.
Yeah. Well, after the 3 of us air, you know, if we start seeing a climb and okay, people want to see, they don't want to just see the 2 tupids talking. They want to see 3 tupids talking.